All right, brother, hold up. It's the man of knowledge coming at your way. Check it in. Check it out. Peace. So, for all you Los Angeles Lakers fans, as you can see, the Toronto Raptors tore that ass up, allegedly. But for the most part, I just want to talk about this, brothers, to a lot of you guys, and I want to say it's basically just a question: do the Toronto Raptors have a chance at repeating the NBA Finals? Check it out and see what these people have to say. This is First Take. I'm going to give it a shot, and I'm going to chime in and give my perspective. And you brothers can go down the comment section below. Do the same. Also, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. All right, man.
About that verbal altercation. I want to ask you about that verbal altercation we saw between Embiid and Shake Milton. I mean, Coach Brett Brown afterwards said essentially, hey, this happens in families. What's your interpretation of that incident?
Yeah, well, Hannah, I was, in the league for 10 years, and we had different locker rooms for 10 years. And you're right. You see this kind of thing quite often, whether it's in a game, which is not the most optimal if you're the team. The optics of that aren't great. Sometimes it happens behind closed doors in the locker room. But these kind of conversations and guys having words, it happens a lot.
And you know what, brothers? I have to be doing a video on the 76ers soon. So I'll get to them eventually.
What's important is how do they handle it going forward? If this festers and this is something that becomes a problem when you're really counting on a young player in Shake Milton, and he's such a critical...
I'm going to just say this, brothers. In my opinion, the Philadelphia 76ers, they'll never reach their full potential. Okay? That's just my opinion. Just my opinion. Unless they can prove it otherwise, because, look, look, man. This team screams potential. Hell, shit, they already got, one of the best, top 5 offenses in the league. But shit, man, I don't think they'll never reach their full potential. I mean, on paper, it screams potential. Shit, you could arguably say that they're the best team in the league, talent-wise. But when you see them, it's just they're just a bunch of shit, man. They're like cats squandered all over your yard. It's just all over the damn place, full of shit.
Component to what this team needs with a ball handler that can score from all over the court, which is something they have lacked.
And I agree. And, and it's Joel Embiid. I want to touch on to him here. He's supposed to be the best player on this team. But he's inconsistent. And for the most part, he stays hurt. Very injury prone for a big man. I think besides him, I have to say DeMarcus Cousins is right behind him. Read the caption. It says, "It's nothing. It happens on every team." Well, I want to touch into this. I mean, look. Now do teammates have verbal altercations? Of course. But when it comes to a team like 76ers, I mean, how the hell are they gonna argue? Like I said, not trying to say that, 76ers are a different team. But, shit, man. I mean, hey, it's time to put up or shut up. I honestly think that team needs to be separated. I honestly do.
You have to make sure he maintains his confidence. Now, you look at that sequence of events, and there's obviously a breakdown defensively, followed by Joel Embiid yelling at Shake Milton, which then forced him to get distracted and get his pocket picked by T.J. McConnell, and they give up a 3 after that. Now, they had words there. If they can just keep it there and they have a good, healthy conversation today moving forward, you can put this behind you and you can actually grow from it and get better from it. That's the key. Shake Milton's confidence is a must for this team because I think he provides something critical that they lack throughout their roster.
I mean, really, who is a point guard on this team? I mean, that's a
Damn sure ain't Ben Simmons.
Another subject.
That motherfucker went to a forward, a center. That motherfucker A power. The motherfucker trying to be a point guard with a power forward body and shit. Look, man.
But entering the resumption of this season, there.
A lot of brothers keep saying Ben Simmons has gotten better. Now look, I look, brother. I don't mean to digress. I don't mean to try to not trying to tear Ben Simmons down or anything, man. But and I say this with all due respect. I think the only thing that's probably gotten better with Ben Simmons is probably his physique, his game. Like I say, I mean, I haven't seen much. Shit, haven't heard much, but it's whatever.
There was some hope by some legs, frankly, that the Pelicans would go ahead and take that 8th seed.
Is Ben Simmons even playing? This bitch said Pelicans might take the 8th seed. Well, I think Zion Williams is being handled. I think he's being pushed. Because, of course, they got to push that narrative out for Zion Williams and to be the next top PG in the league. Now, is he a pure top-notch talent? We'll have to give the brother credit where it's due. But for the most part, is he worth the hype? As of now, hell no.
Just so we could see more Zion. He's captured so many people's imaginations, but here they've dropped their first couple of games. He hasn't played more than 15 minutes. I know he rolled his ankle. They do have Ja Morant in Memphis tomorrow. Do you feel that the Pels...
Hey, man, I'm telling you, you talk about a team with potential. Better watch out for the Memphis Grizzlies, man, because Ja Morant, I've been watching that brother lately, man. That brother ain't no joke.
If he's healthy, should be playing Zion more than 15 minutes a game at this point?
Yeah, listen, this has been a head-scratcher for me, and I'm going to defer to David Griffin and their medical staff. Obviously, I'm not a doctor. I'm not there every day, but he wasn't hurt coming back into the bubble. He already got through the knee injury. He played a number of games prior to the league being shut down. I understand he missed some conditioning because he had to leave the bubble when they got to Orlando. But this is a world-class athlete, and at some point, you've got to give him
Allegedly.
opportunity to go out there and get his win and get an opportunity to get reps, get some rhythm, and more importantly, he's such a critical part to your team and your team's success. I understand it's not, be-all, end-all to make the playoffs this year. They have a longer...
The Pelicans? Success? Okay.
...term picture with this group. But for me, you can't protect world-class athletes from getting hurt. At some point, he's done the rehab. Let the guy loose. Let him get an opportunity to play.
Let me say this. World-class athletes are Munnar athletes are athletes that are being pushed, to being brought up to be what they are. They're being pushed to be perceived to be as more than what they're really worth, which means they got a lot of people who like to hype them up, but turns out they really ain't. They don't hit their peak. For another person, I could use that prime example for, or who is the paragon or the embodiment of what I'm talking about. A perfect example, to break it down and decipher. Another person on this team, I could say, use that person as a perfect prime example, as a paragon, which is Lonzo Ball. Now, his dad, LeVar Ball, hyped him up. Oh, yeah, my son's going to be the greatest Laker of all time. My son could whoop your son's ass in basketball and all this bullshit talk. And look, I know it's year 3. People keep telling me, Lonzo's gotten better. Well, I haven't seen shit. I
thought they looked demoralized yesterday from the beginning. I don't know if his lack of playing time is playing into that. All I know is they've got one opportunity to make this interesting. They have to win their next game, or they might as well go home because it's going to be over for the Pelicans.
Right. That was a rough one.
I think it already is.
They do have a pretty schedule down the stretch.
Excuse me, brother. I don't even know why the hell they even back in the league. Like, why the hell are they even
So there is some opportunity there.
Why are they even in the restart in the bubble?
All right, let's talk about Toronto really quickly before I let you go, because conventional with.
And another thing, brother, I like the fact that it took them so damn long to get to Toronto. What the hell the NBA got against Toronto? Because they're the only non-American team around the league or some shit.
And, they lose Kawhi to the Clippers, the defending champs. They're just going to be one and done with that title, but they have the presumptive coach of the year in Nick Nurse. They have that championship experience. What did last night's game tell you about?
And the underdog mentality.
Both teams, the defending champs and the team that's favored to win it all, the Lakers.
Yeah, if anybody...
Well, do you know why Lakers are favorites to win it all? Because they sacrificed Kobe Bryant. Mr. Kobe Bean Bryant. So, will they get it? Look, don't be surprised. Do I believe that the Raptors can make a second finals run? I highly won't doubt it. But in my opinion, will they? Well, we'll have to see that. We'll have to see. They whooped the Lakers' ass 107-92.
Anybody thinks the Raptors have no shot at repeating, you just haven't been paying attention. This team...
And I agree.
...is tough. They're confident. They've got swagger now. And then also, they've got some additions now to their team.
And some experience.
Starting with OG Anunoby. This is a guy I think is critical to their success. And he wasn't...
The fuck? So this nigga gonna really skip Pascal Siakam, Kyle Lowry, and Serge Ibaka, and Marc Gasol, and talk about OG Anunoby. I don't like that kid. I mean, nothing's wrong with him personally. I mean, he's alright for what he can be good for, allegedly, for the most part. But I don't really like that kid like that. I'm just saying.
...a big part of their championship run last year because of injuries. But what he does defensively as maybe their best perimeter defender, and then more importantly, his ability to knock down corner threes. And I'll give you an example right here. This is one thing I love about the Raptors. They're unselfishness. Fred VanVleet does a great job, understands LeBron's going to pinch off that corner to try to get him at the rim, makes the perfect pass, and this is the
great IQ
shot that Anunoby needs to be able to knock down at a high rate. He's starting to do that. He played great against.
Well, I think the thing is, thing you have to ask yourself is, can he do that, and can he do that consistently? That has to be something that you have to ask. If he's gonna do that, can he do that on a consistent basis?
And then also Pascal Siakam's emergence as a go-to ball handler and a guy you can run ball screen offense with now as a big-time individual scorer. I just think they've got...
Yes, a big-time individual scorer, but not a big-time individual player just yet. But he's going to keep growing. He's going to keep developing. He's going to keep getting better. I believe in that young brother, Pascal Siakam, man.
More talent than they're given credit for, but most importantly, they've got a toughness about them. And obviously, you mentioned it.
Mental toughness.
Incredibly well coached. It would not shock me to see the Toronto Raptors back in the NBA Finals. I think they are absolutely in the mix to win a championship with those teams from LA and Milwaukee as well.
Boy, wouldn't that be crazy?
Shit, look, a lot of brothers ain't gonna like what I gotta say about this shit, and I don't give a fuck. I personally believe that the Toronto Raptors are honestly better than the Milwaukee Bucks. I just really do. Okay? That's my opinion. Because they have the championship. Look, I got a gutsy feeling. I believe if Milwaukee was to come play Toronto, I got a huge feeling in a 7-game series. That's gonna be, in my humble opinion, that's going to Game 7. And I wouldn't be shocked nor surprised if Toronto won. I just wouldn't.
Easy if they end up playing the Clippers.
Because they have everybody who can. I mean, look, damn near everybody on that team can defend Giannis, man. Almost everybody. Okay, Giannis has no consistent jumper. I mean, he's strong, and he relies on his strength and athleticism in most games. Yes, he has point guard skills. You know, he can defend off 5 on all the cylinders and shit. Understand? He can play all 5 positions, which is cool. You know, he's very skilled and gifted. But I think he has to develop more skill, you know, to become so he can maximize and reach his full potential as an offensive juggernaut. You know? Can he be, now if he's consistent with a 3, it's gonna be a problem, man. And then if Chris Middleton can be consistent, it's a wrap. You know, also Kyle Korver. You catch him on a good night, you're done. Brook Lopez, all that brother gotta do, man, is go in the post and play some good defense as usual. Him and his brother Robin Lopez. And I think for the most part, George Hill come out there with his IQ, 1 point, stay on game, and I think he needs to be slashy. I think his game needs to be. I think he needs to be a slasher. He needs to play his game like that. In the paint first, more than all these shots. He's gonna shoot. He needs to be mid range. But hey, you brothers can correct me if I'm wrong, but George Hill leads the NBA in threes. So shit, why not go for it? Eric Bledsoe. I mean, I don't know about that, brother. 1 minute he on, 1 minute he off, from what I see. But I got nothing against him. His game's pretty good. I've been watching him. One of the toughest point guards in the league, in my eyes, in my opinion. When it comes to mentality, shit, been pretty hard nosed since his son's days. But whatever.
Why? That would be something else. But you love the initiative to be the very first team there a week ahead of everybody in Florida. Really cool stuff. Always cool talking hoops with you, Legs. Thanks.
I'm pretty sure you probably got that punk ass running loops to get some of that coochie. But all right, brothers. That was just a little segment. And I find it funny how they just wait so long until they talk about the damn Toronto Raptors. I mean, brothers, now here it is. They made a 4-minute video talking about can the Raptors get back to the NBA Finals, and then they didn't really get to talking about the Raptors until the 3rd minute. Tell you, man, NBA got some against the Toronto Raptors. I personally think because they're the only team in the NBA who's not from America. Well, anyway, like I was saying, man. Yeah, that's it. I'll just share my perspective. You brothers can go in the comment section and do the same. All right, man. Peace.